'Tis the season for a holiday trip or maybe a trip to the mall. So many of you are staying with family or at a hotel, but would you stay where you shop? We look at one proposal on the table.
No better way to burn those Thanksgiving calories than a trip to the mall. Rather than hauling all your deals in a car, what if you could shop where you stay? Town Square wouldn't comment, but in county documents they submitted, Clark County Zoning Commission approved plans for this 5-story hotel. It's 84,000 square feet with 118 rooms. Many would have kitchenettes. Outside, there's a barbecue, fireplace, and pool, and bike racks. It'll be located in the northwest corner near the movie theater.
As our population has grown, you may not necessarily want the strip experience, that they're targeting people that are either here to visit friends and family or people that are here to do business with Town Square.
Dr. Amanda Bellarmino, assistant professor of the William F. Harrah College of Hospitality, tracks industry trends and says hotels want an edge over Airbnb and Vrbo to attract working travelers and families. And you will see more will start to offer a kitchen, microwave, and a sink. Even on the Strip, at the Future Fertitta Hotel off Las Vegas Boulevard in Harmon, coming from Golden Nugget's parent company, they plan to offer kitchenettes, too.
So one of the top things that we consistently see, no matter the location, no matter where you're going, no matter the clientele, the age, the kitchen is like the number one thing that they mention. Also a way to help with continued inflation. You know that at least some of your meals you could be eating in the room at a grocery store for far less than what you'd be spending in a restaurant.
County documents say the company will secure building permits in a few months. Town Square has until October 2024 to start construction.